funny to me because you keep bringing up this term, and it's a fairly generic term, but band leader.
Mm.
Outside of like back in the day, the only time that I've heard anybody talk about that as a role was Dan O'Shea from My Son the Hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
They've got 14-piece brass and right, and so it makes sense. And he's their manager, he's their producer, their agent, all of that stuff. But he basically says, I'm the band leader. And I've never, like, growing up in, like, observing rock and roll, never thought about, like, a band leader as being someone. But, like, it really, you need one of those in every band or else it's just going to fall apart.
Someone needs to make decisions.
Yeah.
That maybe not everyone will agree with, but democratically will connect with. Ideally, mm-hmm. And it's for the better of I feel like it's better for a group,
right?
In a creative process to get 4, 5, 6, 7 musicians together, and to have a common goal. I think this can be understood.
Did you think of yourself as a band leader, or did that just become a role that?
At the time, no, and even in Golden Hands. I think I took on some leadership. We all had our different roles, but sometimes people would turn to me and like, okay, what are we recording? Like, what songs should we be going to? It's like, I would voice my opinion. And being the youngest member of the group, they were just asking me, and I excelled in some ways like that. I was not the lead singer,
right,
and I was not the lead songwriter. But I think everyone has their own roles, and it doesn't always have to be the front person who's the band leader. The
right.
drummer can be a band leader.
Well, Dano's the drummer.
Exactly,
actually.
And I think that's a fine example. But again, it turns to someone being able to say yes or no and making decisions.
It's just interesting because I know, like, whenever you get groups of people together for anything, whether it's for a band or to play a game sometimes, you get these, like, weird roles that play out, and everybody walks in with like this idea of democracy being like, well, everybody gets the voice and we just did it, and it's such bullshit.
Well, not that it's such bullshit. Like, I think everyone should be able to voice their opinion, but at the end of the day, everyone is working towards the same
mm-hmm.
goal. Is a fantastic product of your creation, right?
I think people get way too caught up in the minutiae of it sometimes. Like, I think they let the details bog them down, because at the end of the day, like, a lot of, like, we're being very general and there's no specifics here, but like a lot of people get stuck on arguing about the simplest, like, doesn't matter piece of whatever, where if you don't have somebody that just goes, okay, yeah, I get it, you don't like that one, but we're going to move on and just kind of go with it. Like, if you don't have that person, it can derail the entire effort.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the importance of always staying creative is necessary as well. And to be able to say, let's move on. We can always revisit that.
Right.
I mean, technology today, you can bring up sessions from years ago.
Right.
I've been sending small demos to the guys in the Golden Hands, and like, let me just see, like, I was coming up and Vicodin. What do you think? Like, I wrote this. Like, do you like it? I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool. But that's I think the idea of groups of people together is, it is good to have a bit of leadership. I mean, not beneath an iron fist, but
yeah,
like, it's for the better of a group.
Do you take that role in here
as an engineer?
Yeah.
No. I voice some opinions if things are getting a bit busy, or if the performance isn't, when it's great, it's encouraging. When it's not, okay, let's move on.
Don't forget, you can subscribe to our full audio episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you find your audio podcasts. The full episodes, highlights, and our live off-the-floor performance videos can be found at our YouTube channel, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the AVB Podcast. Of course, you'll find links to our incredible sponsors and this week's guest in the description below. The AVB Podcast is part of the Border City Network. Find more great content at bordercitynetwork.com. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.